Hey everybody, it is Thursday, and most Mondays and Thursdays, basically all of them, with a few strange exceptions here and there that are usually things completely out of my control, we get a draft video up. Right now we're doing some more Vintage Cube. This will be the last one I record this time around with Vintage Cube, as Rivals of Ixalan Limited Review Week should actually be beginning, I think, at the end of the week when this video goes up. So that's... I'll be working on my full set limited review where I talk about every card in the set and so forth. And so I won't be. I could draft as well, but I don't quite have the time to do both. I think we just take Gristlebrand and try to build a reanimation deck. I mean, it's Gristlebrand. Inferno Titan and Wormcoil Engine are both good. You know, big mana like Grim Monolith, also pretty good. But let's take Gristlebrand and see if we can't. Bring him back from the dead. Emrakul, huh? Well, I don't hate the idea of going Gristlebrand, Emrakul. Could just sort of become a ramp deck. Also Avenger of Zendikar, who's nice to reanimate. And Frost Titan, too, but these two guys are obviously better. Emrakul has to be cast for me to get the effect of stealing the opponent's turn, so that's worth keeping in mind. There's also a Thalia, like if you want to be an aggressive like Hate Bears deck, that's not a bad place to go. So I either take, I think I'm going to take a big dumb guy here. I mean, Raphaelis could help us ramp theoretically. You know, the mana's nice. You know, the fixing's nice on Misty Rainforest. The Yawgmoth's Bargain's cool, but let's take Avenger of Zendikar. Two good reanimation targets, so ways to mill ourselves and reanimation spells is what we'd like to see. We'll see if that happens. Also, ways to discard cards will work as well. All right, there's also Eureka, who works well with cards like Gristlebrand and Avenger of Zendikar, where chances are whatever we put into play with it is just better than what our opponent's putting into play with it. Like, chances are. There's also Sphinx of the Steel Wind, another excellent reanimation target. There's also Living Death, which can let us, if we're milling ourselves, reanimate everything. So do I take... I think I take Eureka here, and we're just going to try to Eureka people. You know, and we have to have a lot of big, scary permanents for it to work, I guess. I've had it work. If you saw my first Vintage Cube, basically every time I played it, I won, but I also had Dark Steel, the Dark Steel guy with Infect, not Dark Steel Colossus, but the other one, Blightsteel Colossus. It's also an Eidolon. Like, we could totally, maybe I'll take the Eidolon. Eureka's just kind of scary, and trying to build... You know, if there's a third pick Eidolon, it might mean that the red aggro deck is open, and that is one that I really want to draft. There's not really an indication here that that's the case. I think we probably take some ramp here in Wall of Roots. Skull Clamp is, of course, ridiculous, but we'll take a ramp spell here in Wall of Roots. You know, if we can't reanimate it, at least we can ramp. You know, just take a bunch of mana, play big stupid spells. Maybe I should have taken Eureka. I think there's a good chance it comes back to me, though. So speculating on a nice little aggro card like Eidolon is, I don't think, a bad thing. Okay. Well, there's a Tooth and Nail. Obviously quite good at making it so we can just bring these things into play. We need a lot of ramp to make it work, but there's plenty of time for that. Heartbeat of Spring, for example, could allow for that, although I think it's probably better in a Storm deck. Elspeth's obviously great if you're in a deck that wants to try to win Planeswalkers. Snapcaster Mage. I mean, you know, if you've never seen Cube before, this is how overwhelming it is. Where like every card in it would be first pickable, and a lot. Although yeah, I guess Nature's Claim wouldn't be, but like everything else in this pack is potentially first pickable in a format. But we'll take Tooth and Nail. I think that goes well with what we're trying to do so far. We need more ramp. We need reanimation, maybe. I mean, we may end up just being a green ramp deck and not playing Gristlebrand. But we'll see. Courser of Krufix isn't exactly ramp, but it helps you get to your lands. There are some good red aggro cards hanging around still. Bloodbraid Elf isn't bad either. I think I'm going to take the Courser. It's a good card because it's, you know, it goes with our strategy of trying to get our lands out, and it also is pretty good at slowing down aggressive decks. I am tempted by this Gorger, but I think I'm going to take the Courser. Over Wall of Blossoms, too. Nezumi Shortfang can reanimate things, but you have to do a lot of work to get there. Okay, Deranged Hermit, Terastodon. Something else that we really want to ramp into. Green Sun Zenith obviously can be pretty good if we're making a bunch of mana. I think I take Terastodon. I mean, we really need ramp to show up or something, but we've got what you want. We have the things to play. We just don't have a great way of getting to them. So I could take a land here, like Breeding Pool, Rishadan Port, Treachery. Those are all fine things. I guess stealing my opponent's creature is appealing or something. I don't think we want Woodfall Primus. I think Terastodon's just like a better Woodfall Primus, basically. Another card for the red aggro deck. But I think I'll take Treachery. Our curve's ridiculous right now. Hopefully we can fix that. Vampire Nighthawk is just a nice little creature to have. So I think I take it. It gives us something to do in the early game, potentially. Especially if we completely whiff on picking up any sort of... Wow, mine's Desire came all the way back around. Storm is fun. I think I'll take Copperline Gorge here. Get the fixing going. Leovold's pretty sweet. Sure. If we can play it anyway. Yeah, I'll take Song of the Dryads. It is a removal spell. Green seems pretty open, but like we didn't see any of the mana elves you really want. I'm sort of just gonna see if we can be mono green. Okay, well, Heartbeat of Spring is interesting. It seems like Storm's actually really open because we saw Mind's Desire and Heartbeat, so that's something to keep in mind. Deranged Hermit came all the way back. So green is very open. And now we have at least 2 cards at ramp. We just need to pick up more of them, and I think our deck will be pretty great because we can just like cheat Avenger of Zendikar and Terastodon into play with stuff like Tooth and Nail. The Eureka did not come back, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. And while Courser doesn't help us ramp it, you know, it increases the quality of your draws. It helps you get to your lands more quickly. This is potentially also ramp. If I decide to put it on like my Courser or my Wall of Blossoms, I would only do that in desperation because it would turn it in. You know, but it's better because it just turns like anything into a forest, which obviously is removal. Wow. Wow. This pack has Elesh Norn, which is a great thing to reanimate or ramp into, but it also has Animate Dead. And that's the kind of thing we're looking for pretty badly. Yavimaya Elder, too, which can help us ramp. Of course, we could have had a chance at both Emrakul's. But I think Animate Dead's probably where we go here. You know, we've already got... do we only have 2 good targets to reanimate? Oh, we also have Gristlebrand. So, yeah, we have 3 good reanimation targets for Animate Dead. So, let's take Animate Dead over Yavimaya Elder here. And, you know, Verdant Catacombs and stuff like that. There's some Signets. I wouldn't hate those. Mox Diamond. You have to discard a land card. That's always annoying. So, Ulamog, huh? Corpse Dance. Would I rather have Corpse Dance? So the nice thing about the creatures we reanimate is they all leave something behind even after something like Corpse Dance. The problem we have right now is we don't have any way to discard them. Right now, Tooth and Nail is like our primary way of doing things. Genesis Wave would be nice if we had more mana. I think I'm going to take Corpse Dance over Ulamog. Is that crazy? Ah, hell, let's take Ulamog. We have Heartbeat of Spring, so let's just take a big Eldrazi. That works with Tooth and Nail. Ooh, there we go. I think we take Mana Crypt all day here. I do love Thragtusk, and I do like Reanimate, but Mana Crypt can enable us to ramp in a crazy, crazy way. It's just so fast. It can help us get to playing these guys. You know, so can Reanimate to a certain extent, but I think I'm going to take Mana Crypt here. Again, the problem with a card like Reanimate is that we need to find a way to get these cards in our graveyard, and we don't have any of those. I guess we probably play this Nighthawk, too, if we're black. And ideally, I think we would also want to splash for Leovold, if we could. Because, you know, making us draw cards and keeping our opponent from drawing a ton of cards is a good place to be. We have Mana Crypt, we have Wall of Roots, we have Heartbeat of Spring. Where are the Mana Elves when you need them? Tameo, Tarmogoyf. Lands. So these lands could help us splash Leovold. It's also just a Maelstrom Pulse, though, which is obviously a good removal spell. I think I take Pulse over like Hymn to Turok or Dismember. Is that crazy? Maybe that's crazy. I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to myself between Dismember and Mana Crypt, but I don't have to do the damage, so let's take Dismember. Need ramp. More ramp and more discard outlets. Or this is just going to be a pile. Where if we don't draw Heartbeat of Spring, we just like lose, basically. Okay, Kitchen Feek's Eternal Witness, Toxic Deluge. Can't reanimate that, but I can ramp into it. Too bad Tinker isn't really going to be working for us. Should I just take Sword of Feast and Famine? Or Eternal Witness? I guess I like Eternal Witness a little better. Bringing things back from the graveyard. I do feel like we're in a bit of trouble here, though, between the lack of discard outlets, the lack of reanimation spells, and the lack of ramp. So, oh, there we go. Fast Bond will help. I think that's what we take here. Somebody told me you just never pass Fast Bond in one of my other videos. Clearly, 5 other people did this time, but I was probably wrong to pass it when I did. Verdurous Gearhulk would be nice and all, but I think we take Fast Bond. Painful mana is what our deck's about, apparently. Works pretty well with Gristlebrand. I mean, you know, Gristlebrand gains the life back. We can play all the lands we draw off of Gristlebrand, etc. I'm going to put you over here for now, Leovold. But yeah, I mean, Mana Crypt and Fast Bond both allow for some potentially ridiculous starts. Where we just do everything we want to do. Show and tell, huh? There's also an Elves of Deep Shadow, which I think I just take. Show and tell is nice. Is it more than nice? Would I rather have it than an elf? We have 4 cards that it's just ridiculous for us to put into play for free. Although Avenger of Zendikar isn't that ridiculous if you're actually show and telling on turn 3. Show and tell or Elves of Deep Shadow? Let's show and tell. The problem is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to splash blue. I'm going to take the elf. We've been begging for mana elves, and I almost passed one. Here's another one, and we're going to take it. Things are looking better, mana elf-wise. Yavimaya Elder came back. There's also Verdant Catacombs. Also, Hellish Norn came back. I think I'm going to take the Elder. Gets us more lands. He doesn't really ramp, but he makes sure you get your lands. We do not have a single discard outlet, by the way, and that is still not a good thing. So in the event we get no discard outlets, I think Animate Dead is just like gone, and we plan on Tooth and Nailing to get things into play, ramping into Tooth and Nail, basically. Do I want Genesis Wave now? With Heartbeat of Spring, I think we do. More than Den Protector. Yeah, we'll take it. Heartbeat of Spring is a symmetrical effect, so like lets my opponent double their mana too. So we have to hope that doubling our mana is better. But we are out now up to a significant number of ramp spells. Yeah, Storm is open. I guess I'll take Restoration Angel. I guess Godless Shrine for the fixing. Tarmogoyf's not that good in limited, which I know is crazy if you're used to playing modern, but that's just the truth. I guess I'd take a Toxic Deluge. I might play it. And now we definitely take a Hissing Quagmire. I mean, fixing, and it's a dude when it needs to be. A dude with Death Touch, even. Okay, there's a Coalition Relic, which further allows us ramping. There's also a Worn Power Stone. They're both pretty good. They both basically allow you to add 2 mana, but this lets you add mana of any color. High Tide for the Storm person. Traverse is good, too. So I think I take Coalition Relic over Worn Power Stone. The other nice thing about the Relic is you can use it right away. You can't use it for 2 mana right away. It can only get you 2 mana if you don't use it for a turn. So I guess it's more like 1.5 mana a turn, and this is always 2, except on the first turn. It's also Buried Alive, by the way. But I kind of feel like we've moved to we're going to be ramping more than we're going to be reanimating. Yeah, let's take the Relic. Gives us a little fixing, too, if we decide that's something we want. Okay, Boros Signet gives us some more ramp. There's also an Arbor Elf, which will just be better for us. Because this, yeah, it's ramp, but it's not the kind of ramp we want. It doesn't produce any colors we care about. Yeah. Mana Elf number 3. Ooh, Lotus Cobra. Karn Liberated, too. Problem is, I'm just so desperate for ramp right now that I think I have to take Lotus Cobra over something that would obviously be incredible to ramp into, unfortunately. So I think we take Lotus Cobra here. It's also Damnation, but let's keep ramping if we can. Noble Hierarch. Also, Rishkar helps you ramp as well. It's also a Dark Ritual, which also ramps, but I think I'll take the Hierarch. Survival of the Fittest. Now that is a good card in conjunction with Reanimation. because we can discard things to find. We can discard things we want to reanimate to find something we can actually cast. But we honestly only have one reanimation spell. And that makes me a little less interested in trying to play it. I may just get like Kitesail Freebooter as having a disruptive early creature. Shambling Vent can fix us. I think it's either survival. I think I'm going to take the Freebooter. We just don't have enough reanimation in the end, sadly enough. Ooh. Well... Do we take Bazaar of Baghdad or Findhorn Elves? See, the problem is with our ramping strategy, casting Gristlebrand's not going to be easy unless we're doing it with Tooth and Nail. Then it's a piece of cake, because we're mostly a green deck, obviously. So I think I still take Findhorn Elves. It is interesting that we're suddenly seeing all these ways to discard cards, but let's just keep taking Mana Elves. Square Tribe There's also Balance. Another card somebody said you should never ever pass. Clearly a bunch of other people did here. Not saying the people who told me that are wrong. It's just not everybody agrees. So Signet or Tribe Elder is what we're looking at here. I feel like the Tribe Elder is better. Is that crazy? I don't think it is. We're going to take the Tribe Elder. Nissa World Waker, Path to Exile. So you do ramp. And I could splash you between Coalition Relic and Noble Hierarch. Maybe I just take Nissa though. She ramps pretty hard into big scary things, so yeah, let's... There is Buried Alive again. I think in the end we probably could have been... Well, we actually haven't seen that many reanimation spells, though. So we've started to see ways at least to get them into our graveyard, but we haven't seen reanimation spells. Sorcerer's Spyglass doesn't seem terrible. I mean, I guess I'll take Buried Alive here just in case. Something like we pick up like 2 reanimation spells in the last few cards. So, yeah, I mean, this is ramp. I have to control a bunch of creatures, but that's not that hard to do. I mean, it's basically Gaia's Cradle. So I should take it, I think. I'm glad it came back to us. Well, I guess I'll take Damnation. Not sure I'll mainboard it. Okay, more ramp. We do have a lot of creatures, so Rishkar is like legit ramp. Like, you know, we put counters on a couple creatures. So our deck's obviously too big, but in the end... I think we got all the ramp we wanted. And we do definitely have... God, yeah, we ended up with a lot of discard outlets in the end, but I don't think it's worth running... I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's still worth running one Animate Dead. Even if I'm not going to be reanimating things unfairly, it gives me a way to bring these guys back from the graveyard. Like, if we try to win with Ulamog and our opponent kills it, Animate Dead lets us get the guy back, and I think that's pretty important. So I guess I run one Animate Dead. Let's group creatures separately. So we're now in a place where the creatures that ramp us are far more important. I don't think we really want to run Freebooter. Like, if we're trying to trim this deck down, I think we just want to streamline it into mana creatures and things to do with all the mana, basically. So you're a land. We will play you, but... So I may not run Yavimaya Elder. It is a ridiculous card, though. Oh, so much value. I don't know that we want Deranged Hermit. We probably don't. I think we got enough here with the Avenger, the Gristlebrand, the Terastodon, and Ulamog. Okay, so down here, I guess we probably just lose Toxic Deluge. Probably Song of the Dryads. I think Dismember's just better. I think Genesis Wave is definitely going to be good with Heartbeat of Spring. So like Courser of Crewfix, Vampire Nighthawk, and Yavimaya Elder are all potential cuts. They don't ramp us at all. Neither does Eternal Witness. So I think we can just think about saying goodbye to those. We probably need to cut at least one more card and maybe two. I don't see Damnation being great because what we want to be doing is playing these mana creatures early and not like sandbagging and playing Damnation. So everything down here ramps except Dismember, which is a good removal spell, but maybe I just don't want to worry about removal spells. I just want to try to win the game with these nasty fellas. So let's just cut Dismember. And our deck is pretty streamlined. You know, it's a ramp deck. It's barely even running black, which is worth noting. As a result, Gristlebrand will be kind of a challenge, but we have Lotus Cobra and Coalition Relic fixing for us. Not to mention we can just use Tooth and Nail to get him into play, or Animate Dead if somehow we discard him. Square Tribelder also fixing for color, by the way. Yeah, I definitely think it's risky trying to run Gristlebrand here. Obviously, he's better to reanimate. But we can run more swamps than they want us to. I think we can run 11 and then go to 6. And our main plan anyway will be to try to Tooth and Nail. All right, well, I think this is our deck. I'll see you guys in the first match. All right, well, we're going to the first match of in Vintage Cube Draft. And this is a pretty good hand. We can ramp into an early Tooth and Nail, and that's what we want to do. Which mana? Ooh, Monk Sapphire. That's scary. Which mana elf do we play? Oh my god, I just played a swamp. Off to a good start so far, aren't we? They have 2 of the Power 9 in their deck, and I played a swamp instead of a forest, which puts me back by a lot. In case you weren't aware, because if I could have played, I could play 2. I could have all 3 of these mana creatures in play by turn 3, and by turn 2. And instead, it's looking like we're gonna have 1 in play because I am a genius. So let's play the Noble Hierarch. End our turn. So next turn we can sort of catch back up. Play both of these. And then the Relic. Oh god, Snapcaster Mage, Ancestral Recall. Wow. That's gross. We would like Tooth and Nail mana. Our opponent's hand is loaded. And that part's not so good. I don't think we play the Relic here. Maybe we do. No. We can play the Relic and both Elves in the same turn if we want to. And then set us up for Tooth and Nail in the very near future. Okay. Opponent really likes drawing cards, which I don't blame him for. Okay. I say, let's try to resolve the Relic here. All right, we're going to add green to play Elvish Mystic. And then we're going to add green to play Fyndhorn Elves. So that gives us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So turn after next, we can Tooth and Nail. Which is good, assuming they don't kill any of our poor elves. Because, yeah, we'll put a charge counter on the Relic. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I put in hissing quagmire. I don't think I remember to do that when I was actually recording, but I did before I started my first match. So what do we get with Tooth and Nail? It's a good question. The other question is, what's our opponent going to do with all their mana? Seems like they're just sort of a control deck, which obviously isn't a bad thing. I mean, they have a very good one. And if they wipe all our elves, we're going to be in trouble. Lots of it. Yeah, we're 1 mana short of being able to Tooth and Nail right now. Maybe we'll draw a Mana Crypt. That would be cool. Okay, there could be a Storm deck if they're interested in Imperial Sealing. Or any sort of combo deck. They could have the Splinter Twin combo. Kiki Jiki and Splinter Twin. Luckily, like in the long run, me not playing the elf correctly didn't really matter. I mean, we got to the same point mana-wise just as soon as we would have otherwise. We may have actually gotten in for like 1 damage though, if I'd or 2 damage, if I hadn't screwed up. Obviously, it was suboptimal, but what we don't want is for our Tooth and Nail to get discarded. That would suck. Okay. Not our Mana Crypt. So, do I attack here? It kind of seems worth it. Play this Quagmire. I think just attacking with like Elvish Mystic seems reasonable. Get in for 2. Fumarole can't be turned into a creature right this second, so let's attack. All right. Look at that. They're not even that far ahead of us on life, and we've been dirtling while their dudes beat us up. So they're going to draw. We're going to see what they're going to draw, what it is they wanted. If it's a board sweeper, we're in trouble. We need to remember to put a charge counter on Coalition Relic. It's Dark Ritual. So yeah, they are a Storm deck. That probably makes it so they can go off. Unfortunately for us, well, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. We will take 4. Yeah, you only have 1 island, but I guess if you have Palancron, that's all you need. I'm guessing they can storm off on me here, but let's see them do it. Yawgmoth's Will, yep. Cast everything out of your graveyard for a higher storm count. High Tide. In response to one of these, I'm just, yeah, right here. I'm going to add a charge counter. How about that? You like that? Yeah, it looks like we were a couple turns too slow here. I was encouraged when they attacked me, but maybe I shouldn't have. I mean, I couldn't really block it. Tendrils of Agony can just kill me now, but you know, with all the mana they still have Imperial Seal in their graveyard. There's no way they couldn't have killed me. Okay, Magus of the Will. Empty the Warrens. That's not quite as scary, but we don't actually have a way of sweeping the board, so it probably still means we're dead. Is it worth showing our opponent that what we're trying to do here is Tooth and Nail? Is it worth it? Probably not, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just to say we did. Seven, 8, and 9. Oh, I actually have one too many mana. So, I mean, yeah, we can get Gristlebrand. Oh. Avenger of Zendikar is actually pretty good here. If I'd waited to play the land, it would be even better. Terastodon. I think we definitely get the Avenger. And then we can use the Terastodon to turn some of our lands into dudes. That doesn't seem too bad. Okay, so yeah, we definitely should have waited to play our land, but what are you going to do? I think this does enough to keep us alive. But I really, yeah, if I'd waited to play the land, then these would actually be able to kill these guys in combat. Now they're just chump blockers, and so that makes a huge difference. So that is a pretty bad misplay. What did they just reveal? Brain Freeze. With Magus of the Will, they can probably just Brain Freeze me to death now, since they can't kill me this turn anymore. Maybe they can. All right. Block. Block. I guess there are still so many tokens. Oh, wait, I have a ton of tokens, too. God, I wish I'd played my land later instead of being an idiot. It's the kind of thing you learn. You know, when you've played a format like this a lot that you just don't know otherwise. See, all these plants basically are going to survive. I mean, excuse me, goblins are going to survive. We do have a huge, you know, huge bodies to throw at them if they can't do anything, but we know they can do stuff, so. Like, we can swing for 20. They can turn their Fumarole into a dude if they want to, though. What's going on? Palancron. Is that all they need to not die? Oh, no. They get to untap their lands, yeah. Oh, yeah, they attacked with this. If they hadn't, they could have just killed me with Brain Freeze. They can probably kill me anyway, but if they had this in play, they could then just cast all this crap again. Our deck did what it was supposed to do. We were just a little too late, and I was an idiot. So our plants would all be alive and have killed every goblin they blocked if I had played my land correctly. And that's something we'll remember next time we're on a board state where we need Avenger of Zendikar. Yeah, they're just going to play enough blockers to not die. Oh no, or just Brain Freeze me, yeah. It's not going to kill me, though. Even with Dual Caster Mage, I don't think it kills me. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm not wrong. But how do we punch through damage here? We can't really. They have 2 blockers. They're just going to block our 2 big guys and take 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And Palinchron kills us in the air next turn. So, just a little too slow. Turns out, you know, even though it was the optimal play, even if I had killed all these goblins, it doesn't look like it would have mattered. So, because they would have just played Palinchron to finish me off. Kitesail Freebooter seems pretty good here. Interfering with their nonsense is usually a good idea. I could probably actually just cut a land too with the number of mana elves and stuff that we have. So yeah, we'll just bring in the Freebooter here. And yeah, see if we can not get ourselves killed as quickly. I guess Damnation's not bad. It is nice against all those goblins, but I think our Freebooter gives us the best upgrade. Song of the Dryads. Yeah, I could turn any permanent into a forest, which is kind of cool. Heartbeat of Spring's a little scary against this opponent because obviously it's something they want, you know, to really go storming. Okay, I think this is another keep. A bunch of elves and Tooth and Nail, and we already have Ulamog in our hand too. So I'm happy with that. We'll play Findhorn Elves. This time we're not going to play Swamp. We didn't have the option, otherwise it probably would have somehow. Mox Diamond too. You and your mana. Where's our Mana Crypt? Mana Crypt is a weird card, but a good one. I mean, I think it's a lot of people's instincts to just play it like as soon as they draw it. Ooh, do I just want Lotus Cobra now? I don't have another land right now, but Scourge Tribe Elder can get me a land. No, I think we play Elves of Deep Shadow and Sakura Tribe Elder. So what I was saying is, Mana Crypt costs 0 mana, so you may as well just hold on to it until you're actually going to use it. We're going to probably do some attacking here, but not with this. We will get a Swamp. There's another land. So yeah, we're not quite as ramp heavy as we were in the other game, but we are going to attack with both these guys. There's no reason not to. Just bash for 2 here. Then we'll play Lotus Cobra. And we'll end our turn. So right now we're at 6. We're at 7 mana if we can... well, never mind. I was going to say, if we can just Tooth and Nail and just put Ulamog into play next turn, which is still a possibility, I guess. That might just be worth it. It's not as sexy as a lot of our other options. No, we can't do it, though. Okay. Well, I will play Nissa, though, who will help me get where I need to get. I think we're just going to actually... Yeah, we're going to do some damage here, because untapping the lands right now doesn't really make a difference. Oh, wow. Well, that doesn't make a difference either. I thought she untapped the land as like Koth does. She doesn't. Probably going to get my land terminated now thanks to my expert play. Oh my god. It really is what's going to happen. She's going to terminate my land. Yeah, god. Cube hates me. So we still have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still have 8 mana. Attacking me, not Nissa. Ooh, that's interesting. They can already add mana though, so it doesn't really... She also only untaps forests. So, wow, we screwed ourselves, didn't we? I think we're just going to turn into an aggro deck here. Yeah, sure. Rishkar is gonna pump these. I guess this can add green mana now. That's a bonus. yeah. We will attack with both of them. And, yeah, we'll just untap a forest here. Because why not? See how many misplays I can make in the other two matches, because I feel like opponent's probably about to go off. Would be nice if we could just aggro them to death here, though. Attacking her again, sure. Elvish Mystic. Okay, well, let's attack for 6. Looks like that'll happen. One goes to 8. We will play Elvish Mystic. And we're going to untap a forest. So now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're just at 6, 7-ish mana. He's gonna kill Nissa here though. Yeah, if I hadn't animated my land for no reason, we would have enough mana to at least just put Ulamog into play with Tooth and Nail. No attack. Interesting. Okay. They're scared. Maybe we are just going to aggro them to death. So this is our only forest, but I say let's do it. Because what can we do here? We can go... So we have 4 mana. 5, 6, 7. We do have 8, which is 1 short of just Tooth and Nailing for something else. And it's enough for me to just put Ulamog into play. But... yeah, I think I'm just going to attack here. It's funny we only have one, well, we had 2 forests to be fair, but it's funny how few forests we drew. Yeah, everybody's just going to get in there. They have to do some things here for this not to be lethal, so... yeah, we won a game just by going aggro after I made horrible mistakes. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, Mana Crypt, I don't think I ever finished saying what I was going to say. But you may as well just keep it in your hand until you're actually going to use it to ramp something into play, because it does damage to you very slowly and depending on how coin flips go otherwise. So now we know how Nissa works, and we know how Avenger of Zendikar works. That's what our first 2 matches have reminded us of. Because clearly, well, I knew how this worked. I just didn't think about the fact that I could grab him and then play a land. And her, I legitimately forgot she can only untap forests and that she doesn't untap creatures she makes into lands. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's a mulligan, if I've ever seen one. No lands. Hey, there's Mana Crypt. So we have some things we can do here. I'm actually think I'm gonna put you on the bottom though. Let's see. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do have 7 mana basically already, which makes it a little more tempting to just let me draw him. Just play him on like turn 4. Sure, let's do that. Gives us a very quick threat. So I could play Mana Crypt here and Coalition Relic on turn 1, and maybe that's just the right thing to do. Probably is. I was talking about how you should only play it, you know, once you can do something, but getting Coalition Relic in play on turn 1 is doing something. So we're going to do it. Let's just put a charge counter on it for fun. And we'll end our turn. So our opponent has Ancient Tomb, which is pretty sweet. Wouldn't have minded that. So yeah, we get to find out if this does 3 to us. So this allows all kinds of shenanigans. Lets him sort of decide what hand he wants. It's a pretty gross card, especially for Storm. So, yeah. Right now, though, we have 2, 4... We'll actually have 6 mana in our main phase. So we can actually play Avenger of Zendikar on turn 3. Granted, he's only going to make 3 plant tokens, but... let's call heads. I lost the flip. It happens. Ooh. Too bad I don't have black mana for you. Actually, I guess I do with Coalition. Never mind, I do. I didn't need 4 of it, but hey. Okay. I'll play Hissing Quagmire tapped. And then we'll just end our turn. We can Genesis Wave for a bunch at some point. So we actually do have 4 black mana, don't we? Because Hissing Quagmire, Swamp, and Coalition Relic can produce 2. So we can actually cast Gristlebrand. That's not too bad, right? So they're going to Scroll Rack again. It's like Sensei's Divining Top on steroids, you know, it's crazy. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, Avenger of Zendikar will come down and make 3 plant tokens. And then the next turn, we can play Gristlebrand. We do need 1 more land for that to happen, but we will be there. So let us put a charge counter on Coalition Relic. Will we win our flip? We did. That is ever so important. Okay, so yeah, we'll play Avenger of Zendikar this turn, Gristlebrand next turn. Seems pretty good. Oh, except we won't be able to because we're going to have to use our relic here. So is it better to play... I think it's better to pressure our opponent now than to wait a turn and Coalition. Yeah. We'll make our plant tokens. We have a land to make them bigger next turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll be 1 land short of being able to cast Gristlebrand. We'll have to wait for our relic to give us time to put tokens. Put a charge counter on it again to play Gristlebrand, but we could Genesis Wave next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can only pay 4 for X though, so what's that really going to do? Not a lot. Scroll Rack again. Just, you know, over time it lets you kind of search your library for all the cards you ever wanted. Should I have brought in... we didn't actually see Scroll Rack till this game, to be fair, so... I don't hate that you're going to 16, but... Oh, I do hate that. That's mean. Going to 11 even. Okay, well, we have Gristlebrand as our backup plan. We're going to call heads again. We won again. Just winning those flips. So, Genesis Wave. I mean, what it might do, and I guess that's not a bad thing, is just put a bunch of elves into play. I say a bunch. It's not going to be that many. So we can attack with our Quagmire here, and I guess we do it. Let me make sure I don't have mana for Gristlebrand here that I'm overlooking. I don't, because I can only make 2 black right this second. So yeah, we'll make Hissing Quagmire into a creature. Oh, he only costs 3? Okay, then. So we'll drop our opponent to 9. And then next turn we can play Gristlebrand. And then, yeah. Put a charge counter on our relic and end our turn. So 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we will have Gristlebrand mana. We would also have enough to Genesis Wave for like 5. It's probably not quite enough. Okay. I think they're going off now. No, they're not. Not this turn. Probably next turn. Heads. I win again. I'm just winning all the flips. Oh, Fastbond. Hello. You'd have been nice a while back. So we're going to add black. Then we're going to add black. Then we're going to add black and black. And we're going to play Gristlebrand. Hopefully. Okay. Don't have anything to do with that mana. We're just going to end our turn. Drawing 7 cards right here seems kind of pointless. Just because I can't cast anything else this turn anyway. I guess I do have Fastbond. God, I'm an idiot again. I could have played Fastbond with the extra mana I had. Drawn 7 cards and then maybe played something. It probably would have been better. But, you know, what are you going to do? Not make mistakes? Now we find out if our opponent can kill us, basically. We actually need 2 turns to kill them. Well, we have Hissing Quagmire, so I guess we don't. Scroll Rack. On my turn, I will draw 7 cards, by the way, as well, which should enable some other shenanigans. Okay. Now what's going to happen? I don't know. I lost a flip finally. Terastodon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't quite have enough mana to just play Terastodon. But we can probably remedy that by drawing some cards here. So I think I'm going to do that. Should I just try to kill my opponent with Hissing Quagmire and Gristlebrand first, though? Yeah. Let's give it a try. I still have Fastbond, so if I draw a bunch of lands, I can actually play them. So if my opponent stops this from killing them, which is entirely possible. Then our backup plan is, yeah, drawing 7 cards, playing Fastbond, and probably playing some other thing with whatever we draw with Gristlebrand. The fact that they haven't just scooped means to me that they probably have an answer. Maybe. Okay. Attack away. Gaining 7 life is actually really relevant against Tendrils of Agony. I guess drawing 7 cards makes it easier for my opponent to brain freeze me, though. So he's going to Snapcaster Mage and block the Quagmire. Okay. Well, at least I'm making him do that, I guess. Drop him to 2. Playing Terrastodon could have been nice, and maybe I should have just done that instead. Played Fast Bond and drawn 7 cards because I could have blown up Lion's Eye Diamond and Scroll Rack. Alright, so Snapcaster dies, they go to 2. We draw 7. Okay. Ooh, Kite Sail Freebooter. Hello. Alright. So we're going to play him. Try to go after something in our opponent's hand that really unravels their strategy here. Card was Storm, for example. Yeah. Drawing 7 and hitting Kite Sail Freebooter for the win. That's, you know, it's pretty sweet that card's already made it into the cube. We made so many mistakes in that match. But, you know, our deck was consistent enough mana-wise that we got to do some sweet, powerful things and win in the end. So hopefully less misplays in the next match, but hopefully the same result. All right, going to the second match of a Vintage Cube Draft. This hand's not very good just because we have, like, our 1 reanimation spell and Secure Tribolder. We can get a bunch of lands or something, but we don't have anything to ramp into, so we're going to go ahead and mulligan it. All right, this one's better. We have more ramp. Nissa can just be a win condition if we need her to be, especially if we can play her early, and we can. So let's go ahead and leave her on top. I think we play the Arbor Elf first on the off chance we can attack with, play Noble Hierarch and attack with it on the next turn for, you know, a bit of damage, 2 damage. I mean, there's a good chance in Cube, unless your opponent's on aggro, that we'll get in for 2 damage here. And they're topping, so they're probably not an aggro deck. Probably a Storm deck, I'm just guessing. But we'll see, won't we? So, is it better to get in for 2 or to play all of these Mana Dorks? It's probably better to play all these Mana Dorks, actually. So I think that is what I'll do. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and play Wall of Roots. I'm going to untap this Forest. And I'm going to play Noble Hierarch. So we have a ton of mana. We can play Nissa next turn and go to town. It would be nice to draw something a little more threatening than Nissa, but, you know, Nissa's not bad. Nissa's not bad. Opponent may kill something. That's our deck's biggest weakness, obviously, as a ramp deck with a bunch of Mana Dorks, is that our opponent just, like, wipes our board. But it looks instead like our opponent's just getting ready to do something big. Of course, that looks like what we're doing, and we're not really about to. Oh, okay. That's not good. Okay, they only hit lands, because obviously we have lots of scary things that they can steal with it. They hit Wall of Blossoms. Yeah, so kind of have to kill Ashiok. And we can do it with Nissa, but it's going to take some effort. Okay, well, there's Fast Bond. That's not super exciting here, though. All right. So we are going to kill Ashiok this turn because I will. Here's 4th mana. Here is a 5th mana. I will play Nissa. I'm going to use the untap a forest on one of our old forests. And I'm going to have this become a 4/4 elemental. And thanks to Exalted, it will kill Ashiok in 1 swing. So, goodbye, Ashiok. All right, should we play Fast Bond? I don't know. We can't really now anyway. All right, Ashiok's gone, so we don't have to worry about that. And yeah, we'll go ahead and play this Swamp. When are we going to get, like... Oh, no, we already played our land. What am I talking about? I forgot that this was a land. When am I going to get turn 1 fast bond in a hand with like all kinds of crazy stuff? We can play basically anything we draw right now because we have so much mana. We have 3, 6, 7. Yeah, we have all the mana we'd ever want. So if we draw Tooth and Nail right now, we can just destroy our opponent. That would be cool. Otherwise, we're just going to try to beat them to death with lands. And maybe an Arbor Elf doing some of it. Good news is now if our opponent does... Ooh, God, Black Lotus. The good news is if our opponent does wipe our board now, most likely Nissa's still going to be around. So, of course, this is still a creature. How long are you a creature? It's a creature forever. Oh, no. That's bad. So they can both kill Nissa and get rid of my... Oh... Freaking Black Lotus, man. So they're gonna blow up my land and kill Nissa here, which takes away a lot of our ramp ability. Yeah, Glorybringer, what are you doing in Cube? Genesis Wave. I feel like you're a turn too late, man. I don't really have the capability to really take advantage of you without Nissa, so that's sad. Okay, well, we're going to attack for 2. Hope you're ready. We killed their Planeswalker, and then they killed ours, but they did... The way they did it was in a much more spectacular fashion since Glorybringer is so disgusting. So, we can only pay 3 right now for Genesis Wave, which is not good at all. So, and now we also don't really have the mana to do whatever we want like we did earlier. We only have 6 mana? Yeah, 6 mana. Which is not as much as we had. Okay, well, I'm guessing they're going to take Genesis Wave over Fast Bond. Yeah, and they do. Oh, Gristlebrand, you make me sad. Okay, well, we're going to attack for 2 again. But this Glorybringer is obviously about to, you know, attack us and then kill something else. Maybe my Noble Hierarch. I'm just going to play Fast Bond. What the hell? In my turn. Yeah. May not even exert it now. I mean, he has me on a quick clock. No, he's going to exert it. That's when you know a recent card is powerful, when it holds up in Vintage Cube. And this, you know, Glorybringer certainly is here. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. I think we're just going to go ahead and scoop. Speed things up here. We're not going to... They're going to kill us before we can do anything. We don't have any mana. And they have a ton of mana and board presence, so... We will go ahead and get out of that. Question is, do we want Archide Sale Freebooter? I don't think so. I don't... Oh. What's up, cat? We got our Freebooter. Song of the Dryads, I guess, gives us some removal that we won't have otherwise. But, I don't really feel like this is a matchup, you know, where the Freebooter is going to be great like it was in our first matchup. All right, we had our fast mana last time, but we need something to do with it. Can we do that? Yeah. I mean, we need a little more. We need a little more black mana, but I think I feel good about this one. We have Growing Rites of Itlimoc plus Mana Crypt. Obviously, we don't have any early mana dorks, which kind of sucks. But yeah, like I said before, we're not going to play Mana Crypt until we're actually going to use the mana. And I guess I could have played Growing Rites of Itlimoc on turn 1, which might have been a good idea. Wow, we have 3 black mana. Interesting. I don't really see a reason still to just like drop Growing Rites of Itlimoc. I guess if I play Mana Crypt though, I need another forest, funnily enough, for Nissa to play her next turn. Yeah, what the hell? Let's do it. Let's do this thing. We'll just cast Growing Rites of Itlimoc. We may or may not hit a creature. We do hit Lotus Cobra, which is actually perfect for playing Gristlebrand. Wow, we're going to draw all of our black mana. Okay. And we're going to end our turn. So we have the 4 black mana we need, assuming Lotus Cobra stays alive, that is. This probably isn't ever going to flip, but, you know, that's okay. I guess Nissa can help it flip if she makes enough creatures. If I draw a forest, I probably play Nissa. Probably just the better thing to do. Heads. We lose the flip. We go to 17. Okay. Well, that is frustrating. Yeah, there's no reason to do anything fancy here with Lotus Cobra for, you know, the extra mana, because we can't actually... Oh, wait a second. I could have added green mana for Nissa. How many misplays can a person make in a single cube? It's just too complex for me. So we're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll have 6 mana next turn. Okay, they're ending their turn. Let's see if we can not take 3 this time. I believe. Heads. Good. Okay, screw Tribelder. All right. Okay, then I'm going to play this. I'm going to add green to my mana pool. Do I just play Tribelder and try to ramp into Gristlebrand as quickly as possible? Of course, playing Tribelder then gets me another land, which gets me another trigger. If I sacrifice the Tribelder, I should say. If I play Nissa, which is possible right now, I can then untap the forest, but then I wouldn't be able to play the Tribelder. I think getting to Gristlebrand is probably what we want to do most in the world. So, yeah, we can even get a 4th swamp if our Lotus Cobra bites it here. We can actually just Tooth and Nail, too, which might just be better. Yeah, let's attack with... You know, you need more mana, yeah. We'll attack with Lotus Cobra. Drop our opponent. So, when's it better to get the land? Probably still at the end of our opponent's turn. And then we'll have... I mean, it comes into play tapped, so it's like, yeah, I get a trigger, I get a landfall trigger, but then the land can't be used that turn. Unless I also play Nissa. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We have to hit a land, too, if we want to be casting either Tooth and Nail or Gristlebrand. See what our opponent does here. Oh. Dang. So we're going to have to use it now, and we're losing our Mana Crypt. Why does our opponent have to interfere with our plans? Just leave us alone. We're going to get a forest now. We're just not going to get to Gristlebrand mana. And Nissa is now our biggest threat. That or Tooth and Nail. So, no, we're not going to use its ability, because why would we? So that's gone. Our dudes are gone. It's a sad day. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to play Nissa. Because she can enable untap up to 4 target forests. I guess making one into a land might just be better right now, although that has bitten us pretty hard. So let's just untap some forests in inner turn. So we can go 3, 4, 5. So we need to land, and we can cheat Gristlebrand into play with Tooth and Nail, which obviously isn't great. Coalition Relic can get us there too, but it's going to be slower. Opponent just seems like a control deck, not a storm deck in the end. Is Creeping Tar Pit going to go after Nissa? It is. That's cool with me, I think. Okay, drawing a forest there is very good because now we can actually cast Tooth and Nail, right? We have 3, 6. That's 6. We untap. Yeah. We're going to untap our forests. And we're going to cast Tooth and Nail Entwined while our opponent's shields are down. No! Their shields aren't down. Why is there counter magic? This is supposed to be fun. Ouch. Oh, stupid control decks. People say mono red aggro is the fun police in this format. It's definitely a control deck. Is definitely more of the fun police. Man. Well. Yeah, I mean, we're going to play Coalition Relic here. We're going to add a charge counter to it. We're not out of this yet. You know, our Gristlebrand will probably just get countered, but... we'll see, I guess. Freaking days. Okay, Olivia. How's it going? How easy is it for them to steal my Gristlebrand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They only need... ugh. They'll be able to steal Gristlebrand if they have another land. So now I'm kind of screwed. That's fun. I'm having fun here. I'm having a lot of fun. We'll add black. It's so likely that they have another land. Oh, Olivia, I hate you. If they don't have another mana, we're in pretty great shape after Gristlebrand, but... I mean, what else can we do? You know? So I think we just play Gristlebrand. We can, in fact, play Ulamog at some point. Potentially next turn, right? Yeah, if we draw a land, we can just hard cast Ulamog. And maybe waiting to do that would have been better than potentially giving my opponent Gristlebrand, which I'll have to exile. And they'll get to draw cards off of first, though. So, you know, I'm definitely going to draw cards in response if he tries to steal Gristlebrand. So there's that mana. Okay, they're going to try to steal Gristlebrand, and they will successfully. But if they tap out to do that, I can then play Ulamog and exile both of them. So that's nice. What's up, Fast Bond? Vendor of Zendikar is also very good here, but we're going to have to exile these two things, obviously. Yeah, he's going to steal it. Enjoy Gristlebrand for a brief time, although you are going to draw 7 cards off of it, just like I did, so... you know, it's whatever. All right, so we're going to take 4. Those have an unblockable Creeping Tar Pit. That's not good either. Oh, I think we may just be screwed either way. Why don't you exile more things? I guess Terastodon. Terastodon can, yeah, blow up the Creeping Tar Pit. Yeah, okay. Oh, charge counter. Okay, charge countered. Okay. We'll add green. So and we'll add more green. Just hard cast this Ulamog. Exile both of these. So my opponent's going to draw 7. Well, they didn't draw 7 in response. Interesting. Okay, so the unblockable Creeping Tar Pit is a problem. But we can play Terastodon next turn and just blow it up and replace it with a much less threatening 3/3 elephant. So there's that. Yeah, here comes the Tar Pit. Opponent may just have like Lightning Bolt or something to seal the deal. If we can stabilize, that would be great. Making me hard cast Ulamog just doesn't feel right, you know. Yeah, they have Bonfire of the Damned. All right, well, opponent just disrupted us too much, which our deck definitely can handle. So we drop back down to 4-4, but hopefully we can win our last match. All right, the final match of Vintage Cube for this video, and the last one I'll be doing for quite some time, probably until this time next year. And we would like to play first, see if we can finish above 500. This is another hand where we have lots of stuff, lots of ramp, but nothing to ramp into. But Growing Rights of Itlimoc can find us something. So there is that. I think I'll probably play Lotus Cobra first. I think that's my plan. Just because of the landfall triggers. Wow, untapped. Ah, okay. A fellow ramp deck, which is what a lot of decks in this format are, obviously. Lotus Cobra would be nice with fetches. We don't have any of those. So next turn, I can play both Wall of Roots and Sakura Tribe Elder. If my Lotus Cobra is still alive anyway. I think that's probably just what I do. Oh, Courser of Proof. Should we be mainboarding ours? I guess so. Just did some work for them. We'll do some work for them. Okay. All right. So we're going to play land. We will use Lotus Cobra's ability. We will add green. I think we play Tribe Elder and Wall of Roots. And we end our turn. Opponent has a Den Protector on top of their library. Just like Green Value Town over there. Green cards that we drafted but didn't put in our deck. That maybe they should be. It's kind of what we're looking at. So we can play Nissa next turn. Hasn't exactly been a home run though when we have played her. So I mean, she definitely can ramp me and stuff, but I don't have anything to play. So yeah, that's kind of an issue. Kind of an issue. Okay. I'm holding on to my Tribe Elder for now. But let's add green to our mana pool here. We can actually flip Growing Rights of Itlimoc without too much trouble. My instep, if I control 4 creatures, it will transform. And yeah, that shouldn't be. So I may have to use my well, then I lose a creature, huh? So let's play Nissa. I can get a forest. Oh, they're gonna counter it. Come on now. Who does it? Who does that? Mystic Snake even. That's one of my favorite cards ever, so that extra hurts. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna add green to my mana pool, play Noble Hierarch. And in my turn. That's another card that's not in our deck that maybe it should be, huh? But yeah, this really is one of my favorite cards ever. Oh, Mystic Snake, why'd you do it to me? It's like Grizzly Bear's staple to Counterspell, basically, in terms of what it does and what it costs. It's a cool design. Walking Ballista, that's not great news. So, yeah, they can just start they're going to machine gun my poor Lotus Cobra and probably the Hierarch. Yeah. Okay. Feels good. Feels so good. All right, so we're going to block this, and then we're going to block this and sacrifice it. And we will get a forest. Okay, let's play Growing Rights of Itlamok, which we were so close to flipping in 1 minute ago, and now we can't do anything. My deck is definitely a glass cannon. If people tamper with our mana creatures, it's like we're kind of done. What are you gonna Force of Will? No. Okay. Which would I rather have? Another mana elf, or I think I'm gonna take the wall since I have a mana elf in my hand, and the wall can block and draw me a card. Those are things that I like. So we're gonna play Wall of Blossoms here. There's our mana crypt. So if we ever draw anything, we can definitely play it. They have Thrag Tusk on top of their library now. Are we not dense enough in threats? Yeah, probably not. We've gotten to hardcast some pretty awesome cards, and Tooth and Nail. That one time when it didn't get countered, so that was fun. Grim Monolith, okay. Play your own mana, rock. Adds 3, yeah. And then it's a pain to untap, but it nets you mana the turn you play it, which is kind of nuts. Morph. What morphs are in this format? Okay, so we continue to have nothing. Except this mana crypt. On their turn. So if we draw Tooth and Nail, we can just cast it. So that's good. Opponent's going to do something crazy with their mana first, though. Oh, no, just play a Thrag Tusk. That's not that bad. Sadly, you know, at this stage, it's like, Yeah, we don't want to play Heartbeat of Spring either. It's just... we don't have anything to do with our mana. So we have all the mana we'd ever want. This is when we want to draw Genesis Wave, basically. We've drawn it in lots of other scenarios, and it's been bad. But here, it would actually be good. So, yeah, we're going to take 6. Sure. 6 damage seems fun. If we flip this, we can definitely just play whatever we want. So, you know, Avacyn's Pilgrim on top of their library. Ooh, hello there. That'll work. Yep. So why is my mana not showing up here? We have 4, 6. There it is. It was just slow. 8, Gristlebrand. Counterspell. You're going to play Counterspell. Probably. Just break my heart. This is also going to flip at the end of our turn. Den Protector. Oh yeah, we knew that's what they had. I don't know why I'm so surprised. Okay, so they got back Walking Ballista with that, which is kind of gross. They can play it pretty big, almost big enough to just kill us, but not quite. And this flipped, so yeah, we now have all the mana ever. Mindslaver. That doesn't seem like fun for me. Fun for my opponent. That's... Why you gotta be like that? Is drawing 7 and going to 6 when my opponent has Walking Ballista in their hand worth it? I kind of feel like it might be. Because if I hit Tooth and Nail, for example, if I hit Ulamog, I can cast all of those things, basically. Let's do it. Done. We're at 6. Okay, actually, can our opponent just kill us now because none of my creatures can block Den Protector? No, not quite. Close, though. No, they can kill us. Good job, me. Is Genesis Wave an instant? No. We do have, like, Avenger of Zendikar would actually stabilize the board for us, but yeah, they can kill us because I'm awesome. Yeah. I don't know. Let's get things going a little faster. See, they had both of these cards and this in their deck, and I think they're all like fine cards. I just in the end decided not to let them make the cut. Maybe I just shouldn't have Nissa in my deck. She has seemed super underwhelming, and so is Genesis Wave. Maybe I just cut Genesis Wave and put something else in because it's only good if I have Heartbeat of Spring. Otherwise, it's not going to do that much. So I could bring in like a Yavimaya Elder or an Eternal Witness or a Courser. Let's bring in a Courser. Seemed like fun for our opponent there. Okay, we would like to play first. Okay, I think this hand is keepable. We definitely need to draw a little more to really get to critical ramp where we can just like play Gristlebrand and Ulamog, but not a whole lot more. We can actually play the Relic on turn 1 if we play our Mana Crypt. That's probably worth it. So yeah, we'll play the Relic. We'll add a charge counter. Oh, actually, we won't. We're just going to also play Findhorn Elves and end our turn. So that's already 5 mana. So that's a good start, right? I'm going to say heads. I won the flip. Okay, we draw another land, which isn't the worst thing to draw. We will attack with our Findhorn Elves. And we'll play a Swamp, and we'll put a charge counter on Coalition Relic, and we'll end our turn. Yeah, there's a nice Mana Dork who I can't attack through anymore. Heads again. We lose. We go to 17. Okay, we draw a Wall of Blossoms. We're going to add green. I'm going to use that green to cast Wall of Blossoms. I'm going to play a land. I'm going to add a charge counter. So we can only make 3 black right now, and that's kind of a problem. So, because right now we have 2, 4, 5, 6. We do have the 8 mana, but we have to draw another swamp, and then we can play Gristlebrand, basically. I'm going to add black here for that reason. We're going to say heads again. We lose again. Heartbeat of Spring, huh? Interesting. Do I let my opponent do busted stuff before I can do busted stuff? So if I do this, play Heartbeat of Spring, that leaves me with... Oh, I definitely shouldn't do it like that, though, right? Because it only makes my lands produce more. So I should add 2 here, and then I have 6... Well, I guess they can't do busted things before I can, because I can play... no, I can't play Gristlebrand. I should have added black like I said I would. I still wouldn't be able to play Gristlebrand. Well, yeah, because I've only got access to 2 black mana, 3 ideally. Oh, I can still play Ulamog though. 2, 4, 6, 8. No, I can't. I'm 1 mana shy. So, won't let me undo it, huh? Well, I don't want to cast anything. So, let me do this math one more time. So I can play Heartbeat here and tap for 2, 4, 6. Oh, no, I can play Ulamog. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, let's do it. And Ulamog. So we go after Azorius Signet. Then we can actually exile our own Heartbeat of Spring, which I don't think is the worst plan. Because then it keeps my opponent from having all the mana. We could exile one of their lands, but let's exile our own Heartbeat of Spring. Kind of a funny thing to do. That's what we're going to do. All right. End our turn. Probably just have Voice of the Dryads or whatever. Turn off our Ulamog, but we got to cast him. That's what's important. It's kind of like you have to have an answer or Ulamog's going to kill you. So what will it be? All right, that's not really an answer, but it is obnoxious. Okay. We're going to say heads again. I'm all about the heads. And it worked out for us that time. Okay, so Ulamog's attacking. Yeah. Getting a little bit of life with Courser of Crucifix is not going to hurt. So we get to mill their library. Actually, I think it just exiles it. Yeah, so it's even better. They probably just take it. No, they don't. Okay. All right, then. I'm going to play Courser of Crucifix. I'm going to play that land and gain the 1 life. And we'll put a charge counter on our relic at the end of our opponent's turn. My cat is having a good time with wrapping paper, I think. Yeah! Hardcast Ulamog for the win. Let me see what my cat's doing. Okay. Yeah, I think we just roll with this again. That was a funny Heartbeat of Spring into Ulamog. Exile your own Heartbeat of Spring so your opponent doesn't have 1,000,000 mana. That's how you drew it up. So this heart hand's weird. I don't think I like it enough to keep it. I can play Avenger of Zendikar early, but I'm gonna give my opponent access to a ton of mana first. All right, this is better. Something to ramp into. I'm gonna draw more lands. I need more busted mana. More than I need another land. Hey, I'm gonna play a turn 1 Fyndhorn Elves too. We do know our opponent has Mystic Snake, so that's something to keep in mind. Last game they didn't have any blue mana, so it didn't cross my mind, but if they have the double blue, we are in trouble. Time Walk. Why people have to have the power 9? Okay, enjoy your extra turn. I'm sure this will go well for me. The 1 power I got to draft in these, I guess I only recorded 3. It was Black Lotus, and that was awesome, right? But if you watch that draft, you know I drew it. I never drew it when you really want it. Oh, good, get back your Time Walk. That's why they have Den Protector too. Yeah, that's messed up. If I knew they had that, ugh. No. Okay, so we get to have a turn here. I think it's probably still better to play Lotus Cobra, so I will. And they're going to Time Walk again. Why doesn't Time Walk exile itself at least? Come on. What's that about? Yeah, that's a good reason to be running Recursion when you can just be like, I Time Walk again. I cast Time Walk over and over and over again. It's an interesting thing about, like, Time Walk was restricted, obviously, very early in Magic's history, but people ran a lot of cards that could get cards back from your graveyard, and so Wizards restricted them, too, because, oh, good, they have Channel, too. I think we're probably just dead, guys. It's about to give you some Magic history, but we're probably just dead. One way or another here. Mere Battlesphere. That probably does it, yeah. But what I was going to say is they restricted cards that could get things back from the graveyard because they thought it was undermining the restricted list, which makes sense, right? Because it's like you had multiple copies of Time Walk, for example. So our opponent can, yeah, we're dead. So we just get Time Walked and channeled to death in that one, which is disgusting. Opponent was definitely doing more broken things. We do not finish with a winning record, but it was fun. I made a lot of mistakes, and hopefully next year at Holiday Vintage Cube Time, I won't make as many. So I'll see you guys. Not going to be in draft videos next week because it'll be limited review time. Be a new video out every single day about the new format, though, Rivals of Ixalan, for the next week, basically. So that makes up for it. So, and in a little over 2 weeks, I'll be drafting Rivals of Ixalan on here as well. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to see that.